So a lot of you requested a video of this car, and you see the shot that I put up and the Insta story about this car. This is the Audi S5. Now stock, it was pretty sluggish. You know, we saw the drag between me and Hari. Hari owns this car. So but once we mapped it to stage 1, we realized that the intercooler was really bad. But after the intercooler change, this car has picked up completely different personality. It is a complete wild child. I mean, Hari's Instagram ID is problem child, and now this is becoming a problem child. It's picked up so much torque, and because the stock tiny intercooler it had, it was really struggling to keep the heat in check, because we locked the car into stock, and the stock intercooler IITs were going like, oh my god, these guys are mad. Hari is following my friends Jimmy in the back. They are like crazy floodlights. So the stock IITs were hitting 80 degrees, which is absolutely pathetic for any kind of intercooled turbo system. I mean, the car loses almost 70% power at that kind of IITs because it's really too hot. Anything above 50 degree IIT on any car will result in more or less no power after a particular time. And the stock car in the first pull itself hits 80 degrees, and it never came down below 80 for some weird reason. So, but now the IITs are maybe almost at ambient, slightly higher maybe, and you can feel it. You can instantly feel the top end of the car used to be so choked. I mean, it was extremely underwhelming, for an Audi S car, and I've driven the old supercharged S5 and S4. They were mad cars, and somehow this car always felt underwhelmed, underpowered, and until we figured out the intercooler was way too small. Now we have the intercooler in this car, which is almost as big as the front wheel. It covers the entire front wheel area, and that has really transformed the way this car drives. This car is driving. I mean, earlier in D, right now I'm in S. In D, the car it was sluggish. It would pick up very sluggishly. Now in D, if I press slightly, it goes like whoosh. Yeah, it is so good. Now this car desperately needs a TCU map as well, because unlike the previous gen S5s and S4s, which had a DSG gearbox, this has a torque converter now. While torque converters are more reliable, way more reliable, and way more cheaper and easier to manage, and less moving parts than a DSG gearbox, the responsiveness of the gearbox is left a lot wanting, and that's one thing we need to fix in this car. Fortunately, we had, when we did the APR map, the DSG map, the ZF map of this car wasn't available for this ECU code. So we have sent a request to APR to send us a map for this ECU code, but this car does have a gearbox map for this particular model, and that apparently changes the car's lacking on the gearbox part. So now we're going to take a U-turn over here and launch the car. So that should be a very exciting experience. We are ESC off. Unfortunately, this car doesn't have any kind of launch control, which is good and bad, because launch control systems, if you ever used them, there's always a hint of lag between the time you let go of the brake and when the car goes forward. So we are mentally tuned to have that lag in our system. So
attention, border crossing ahead. Attention, border crossing ahead.
Okay, yes, I know this is about it. Now we're gonna launch it. Right, ready? Get ready, because this thing launches very. We wait till 4,000 RPM. Oh my god, this thing is quick. There is no lag. That's I think when you let go of the brake, this car just rockets forward. Which, unlike the launch control systems that are there in the car, there's always a hint of lag in that. Yeah, this car's gonna be. I know I'm gonna be a little slow, so I adjust my brake, using the brake accordingly. But this car, you let go of the brake and it just throws you into the air.